But we got some heavy hitters in the building today. We got Az1 Promotionz. We got them in the building. We're going to talk about all things promotional, all things music and entertainment, and of course, the 4th annual Az1 Awards. So tell us real quick, what are some of the things that have grown year to year that you've witnessed and that you're most proud of? Some of the changes.
I would say the artists that we basically come into contact with that's getting either nominated. One thing that's growing every year is the venue. You know what I'm saying? We got a venue that primarily not a lot of hip hop artists go through and perform, you know what I'm saying, or even step foot in. So it's good to actually get a venue where we can pull them in to perform at the Tampa Improv or even at the Glacier Museum, you know what I'm saying?
And not just hip hop artists, not a lot of musicians really grace the stage at the Improv.
Yeah.
There's a lot of big time comedians and such, but they're not really musicians.
Right, yeah. So it's different, and I know we not doing that a lot of shows, on a weekly basis or on like a monthly basis, but like when I talk with my partner Brandy, shout out to Brandy. When we prepare for this show, we preparing for it like a year out. So like sometimes, artists hit us up like a month before the show, just to perform. Like, well, we had the performance kind of set since July, probably. So we dig into it real early, but
So what was your initial inspiration for doing Az1 Promotionz?
Oh wow, that's a good question.
I've always wanted to ask you that, and never really thought about it when I see you. So,
well, I used to do music, okay. And I went to the military in 05, 04, something like that. And when I got around like all the soldiers and everything like that, nobody rapped. You know what I'm saying? So basically I kind of like lost motivation, but still had the urge to want to do the music. But I really had no time to write because we constantly every day, just always doing something. So it's like it took that away from me. So basically
you come a long way from when you started. I remember like around the beginning times, Az1 was just like a blog or something, or MySpace page or something, and you had a couple reviews for a couple artists or whatever. And, I've seen it progress over the years, from not just the Az1 Awards, but the website is, real clean and yeah, definitely. And just the different other shows that you're doing and things like that. I can tell like the network's grown.
Yeah, it's progressive, man. It's like basically, I guess with the company we have the integrity of it. Now, you know what I'm saying, because now we've pulled, like you said, other genres of music into it. So now it's not just looked at as a hip hop company. But the good thing of it is like everybody knows it as an urban company, but now you got everybody looking into it, you know what I'm saying? So now if somebody comes in and look at this person, they're gonna see this. So it's like you're really getting more eyes on your music, you know what I'm saying? And when we feature somebody or we interview them or we promote them out, so it's a good thing.
Now I know when he says back to when you were doing your thing on the mic out here, I know the atmosphere that we had. There's obviously a lot more promotional outlets now.
Yeah.
Now, was that a conscious thought back then when you started building it, or was it just, did you see a lane that needed to be covered and say, you know what, we need more exposure out here, or was it just more about what you could do?
The way I promote is how I would want to be promoted if I was an artist. Right. You know what I'm saying? I would want to be featured on the blog. I would want to be, put out on an interview. Like, you was the first person who interviewed me when I got down here in Tampa.
Oh, okay.
ACC. You look at
like been the first a lot of people's interviews.
Like you look at how the Source or Double XL, or you look at how like the Grammys or how these big major companies give so much attention to the major artists. You do need these independent and small markets doing the same thing. And now we're getting to a point where now it's like when we feeding it out there, it's not just the artists looking at it like, okay, this person's interview. Now it's like the fans, because like you seen at the awards, it was like so many different people out there. That was a happy thing for me. You know what I'm saying? Just seeing like everybody out there.
What I like seeing was, like we may not interact with a lot of the artists that came from out of town, but seeing and respecting their followings, not even knowing anything about them, like the Amanda Jays, the Jariah Higgins, who's from right here. I'd never even heard of the guy.
I seen that dude in one show.
Unbelievably talented, and had a squad of people following him too.
Yeah.
And for me, that was a good look. Seeing that there are other markets and there are other lanes that people are pushing outside of right here, obviously.
Yeah, and it's for me. I love all music, man. It's like to me, I don't feel like anything should be excluded because I feel like, you know, like we got the different genres of music and that's just categories of music in, you know, music period. But like when everybody came out there and they seen Jiraiya chilling, you know, like Melissa Battle, she became a fan. He got a lot of fans that, you know, that show, you know, but.
How far does the Az1 network cover? And I don't mean like followers and things on Twitter and stuff like that. I mean like as far as like on your radar, like how what states or whatever as far as artists you've reviewed their albums, maybe made a post on the blog post about it on the website, just anybody you've checked. Well, how far like does that span?
Oh man, we've reached out to California with O'Blimey, female MC. We got Chicago with Intelligence Music. We got a few other alternative acts down in Ohio. We got Australia. We got a singer down there in Australia. Her name is I can't remember her name. That's bad. But yeah, I interviewed her, but she's real good. But I mean, basically, I network with some of these people. I come in contact with them either through Reverb Nation or Twitter. Okay. Reach out to them.
Do you just kind of browse, like, spend days or hours just?
Yeah.
Just
well,
Reverb?
I mean, I get a newsletter every week from Reverb Nation.
Yeah.
You know, the top 10 artists that's doing their thing in their genre, and I send them all an email. You know, would you like to be interviewed on the website or whatever? It don't matter where they're from. I listen to their music, see if it's good or whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I mean, that's a plus. You know, you bring in, you know, some other people from different places.
Because you'll get some of their fans coming checking other artists that you're reviewing and building a network that way.
Right. Yeah.
That's what's up. But what about the Az1 Awards? Let's talk about that a little bit.
All right.
This is a season where you're kind of like loved by many and hated by many all at the same time. There's people that's mad for not getting nominated. There's people that's happy that they were, and this and that.
People that just find out about it, and how come I didn't know?
Yeah, things like that. What's the how do you choose? What's the voting like? Is it all internet based? Like, how do you choose the winners on it?
It's changed this year. Am I right?
Yeah. Like before, it used to, like the first year, the way we did it was kind of like cheesy. Like we took like a Facebook picture of people and like, you know, whoever get the most likes.
Yeah.
You know, and this and that. But now it's down
I
to like
remember that one.
Yeah.
That was the first. That was the very first one.
Yeah. I was like, nah, we can't do this now. Everybody's seeing who getting, you know. But now it's like the way we choose them is like we basically, you know, kind of watch everybody's grind throughout the whole year, not just their performances, but also like how they, you know, engage with their fans and stuff like that. I mean, the nominees, it'll be like a lot of them, but now we have a panel, and I shoot the list out to our panel. You know what I'm saying? It's not just me, and I don't pick them the final choice. Yeah. But it's like 7 people who I feel like are unbiased or have a wide range of music. Period. Okay. You know what I'm saying? I send it to them. They pick whoever they should be. We put everything together, and that's what it came out to be in the final nominees.
That's how you pick the nominees.
Correct. That's how we did it this year.
Okay. Now how about the winners?
The winners, it's basically gonna
probably still kind of tallying that up and going through it now. Huh?
Yeah, it's still the same. We still send it out to the panel. And then like the way we did it last year, like we had like 2 artists. It was in a certain category, and I'm gonna say in the R&B category. We had to look at both of their grinds because it was 2 of them left. But you know, I sometimes put the ball in my partner's hands. I'm like, okay, I need you for a day to look at these 2 artists, look at what they've done all year, and come back to me with an answer. You know, so it's not like a spontaneous decision. Okay, like this person is the winner, but we actually do look at what they've done all year, as far as if they did drop a CD, or if they did push a single for the whole year, or if they did like 3 or 4 shows every month. You know what I'm saying? So we're looking at everything. Okay. Yeah.
You're a writer for No Magazine, is that true?
Yeah.
What's your role as far as that?
Well, she got me. I do editorial for the hip hop section. I'll reach out to an artist and then a DJ. Okay. And then I'll send them interview questions, and they put it in the magazine. I do like a little paragraph write up for him, and Robert Richard, he does the rest.
Yeah.
Slick Worthy and No Magazine coming soon.
Yeah. I heard Slick Worthington's a featured DJ this month.
Yeah. We got Slick and we got DJ Tay in the next one.
Oh, all right.
Tay.
Slick the DJ Tay.
Yeah.
Shout out.
That was a good time. We had Robert Richards in here. Yeah. Doing a little photo shoot.
Yo, that dude is talented, man. For real. Yo, he's really nice with
When I first met him, he was quiet.
Yeah, he's super quiet.
He reminded me of Sandman, like when you approach him.
Yeah, he speaks with his art though. You know, the art speaks for itself. You don't even have to say nothing.
Yeah.
So big shout out to Robert Richards.
As far as the scene out here, because I want to go back to that again. You know, you and I have come up. Bobby's kind of been there for most of that same duration. What are some of the more positive things that you've seen sprout out of the scene and evolve over time?
I would say it's a lot of more promoters. You know,
Definitely.
I know when we did it, it was like
3 people, Urban Addiction, and like 2 others maybe.
Yeah, it was Big CJ. You had Angel.
Right.
You know, you had the Tastemakers in Tallahassee. You know, people would go down there for that. But now it's like a lot of them, and a lot of the artists are becoming promoters now.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. So what do you see in the future for growth possibilities for your brand, and where do you want to take it next?
I mean, it's a lot of stuff that we're gonna jump into, but we do it real slow.
Okay.
We tested the waters with the Nikki Rich show with the radio.
Right.
You know, but
still doing that, or?
Nah, I backed off of that. You know, in all respect to her, but I want to invest in my own brand. You know, so probably in 2015, we're probably gonna start something as far as as far as radio wise, but you know, just bring in those people that we have interviewed. We've interviewed Liv Warfield. She just won a Soul Train Award. You know, but a lot of them they would ask us, you know, as far as a verbal radio interview, but at the time we didn't have that. But now we're gonna bring that in 2015. We're gonna probably start rolling out some mixtapes every month. You know what I'm saying? Some Az1 mixtapes. So
Okay.
putting those out every month. We got Brixton Bang to do the graphics, so and probably a little bit more events. You know, probably seeing some more events in between time.
Okay. And you're like me. You've interacted with a lot of artists out here over the years. Are there any crown jewels or any artists that you still have yet to lock down locally that you want to interview? And then maybe on a major scale, who are some like top 3 that you really want to sit down with?
One person that I actually want to interview that's not an artist is Tony Dungy. I actually reached out to him. I got in contact with a couple of his teammates just because I like his energy in the whole Tampa Bay area. Another person that I wouldn't mind sitting down and interviewing is probably Tom G. You know, he has a big grind. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying?
Shout outs to Tom G. He's a hard one to get in the seat. I did run into him in Atlanta, and we've had a couple call-ins, but good luck sitting the man down. Like you gotta run up on Tom G.
Right? Dang, it's a lot though, man. It's so many. You know what I'm saying? But we plan on getting to a lot more. But it's a lot of them out there. You know, people sprout up. It's so much talent, man. It's like you can't I look at everybody's grind. You respect the grind. You know what I'm saying? And you support who you can. So a lot of people they'll reach out to me and they say, oh, you know, I don't think Az1 supports us, blah blah. I'm like, you know, it's a lot of local artists in this area.
I like what you said. You know, on Facebook, you said something about there's a difference between my support and my promotional services.
Yeah, they're the same thing. Absolutely not.
They're not one and the same.
Yeah, promotional part is just the business part. You know, when we'll partner up with you. We'll be a
So
team
we're gonna do
with
this, this, and this.
Right, and that's everything in paper. What we're gonna do for you on the business side.
Right.
Support, we can give you that any day.
Right.
And while we're quoting you, you had another classic the other day. It said, and this was addressed to artists, and I like this quote. And I know I've been guilty. We've all been guilty to some extent. But you said, artists, get out of that buddy zone. This is your competition, basically.
Yeah. I mean, I come from an area where you hungry.
Yeah.
Like, you go to a show, you know what I'm saying? You trying to be the best MC there. Like, I come from, like, Redman. Yeah. My thing is, like, you know, no offense to any other MC that goes out there and does their thing, but my thing is like, you want to progress. You
want to
be
steal
able
the show. You know, that's my thing.
You want to get to a point where you're putting food on the table for your family. So my thing is when you get to a point where you're collaborating with every rapper that you see at every show, you know what I'm saying? My thing is everybody has an end goal. You know, there's nothing wrong with that, but at the same time, that is your competition at the same time. You know what I'm saying? So you have to kind of separate yourself from who you're competing with, but still hold down your hometown. You know what I'm saying? And take care of your business end too. And once again, I say that with no disrespect.
Absolutely.
You know, because at the end of the day, I do promote, but I'm an MC at heart. I know how these MCs think, and now it should be. You got to have that.
And you came from the competitive part of it. You
Yeah.
know, the battle scene and all that. So you really know how hungry you know, all these artists are out there.
There's a difference between like networking. You can network with everybody in the building, But you know, still get up there and steal the crowd. You know, still get up there when
Yeah.
it's your time to shine, when it's time to get on stage.
I mean, you don't do a
whatever it
feature
is.
on a track to be mediocre, to just kind of hang with somebody.
Yeah.
Your
Yeah.
goal is to outshine them and be the dopest.
I
rapper on
don't
the
think
track.
Eminem was sitting back like when he got on that track with Jay-Z and Renegade.
Right.
Like, I'm gonna just write a cool
me
verse.
just
Right.
He like, I'm finna murk Jay-Z on this track.
Right.
You know what I'm
This
saying?
is my
So
time.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? So they talked about that verse afterwards, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's all hip hop, you know what I'm saying?
Okay. All right. Well, let them know where they can find you. I know you got websites and social media galore.
Yeah, you can find us on www.az1promo.com, the new 2.0. That was done by Push Creative Group and Eric Gomez's camp. We're on Twitter at Az1 Promo, Instagram at Az1 Promotionz. I don't like to say it, but just Google the name, Az1 Promotionz. You know what I'm saying? Just reach out to us, independent artists. You know what I'm saying? We're here to help out.